Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Fourth Estate. Kumakech Salim is my name. The RCC Arua City. I come to you this morning on the eve of one of the most important events in the democratization of Uganda. We're in the wake of the long-awaited NRM parliamentary primary elections that is scheduled to take place on 17th July 2025. I come to you after a 3 weeks period where there has been intense period of campaigns and mobilization by the different candidates in the 3 political divisions that we have. For Aivu East, Arua Central Division, and the Aivu West political division, and as well as central, as well as women parliamentary candidates to represent the women of Arua City. I can proudly say that the exercise of campaigns has been largely peaceful, with the exception of the last 1 week where we are writing home about 5 cases of bloodshed arising from clashes between agents of candidates in Aivu East constituency, but also a spate of sporadic complaints here and there in the Central Division, and a minor one in Aivu West. And so it is on this note that I want to congratulate the candidates for members of parliament of Arua City. The peaceful exercise we have witnessed, I want to request all of you as candidates to maintain decorum in this penultimate time, where your supporters will go and line behind you or your image in all the 481 cells in Arua City. That is in case for the women representative candidates. And in all the other cells, respectively for the constituency candidates. Security is ready to provide security, just like we have done so before the campaign. During the campaign, we will provide security intensely during the election times. We will provide security intensely even after the election time. That is our commitment. That is my pledge as the head of security in Arua City, as a representative of the Fountain of Honor and His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, and also the chairman of the NRM and the chairman of the Central Executive Committee. I want to pledge that the security apparatus that will be led by the Uganda Police Force is ready to provide security to both the public, to property, and to candidates who will be participating in this exercise. I want to call upon the public, especially the supporters, that this election is not a do or die. The candidates found us in peace, they should leave us in peace as well. The campaign period found us in peace, they should leave us in peace as well. We should not be entertaining invitation to electoral violence. The security will be watching any attempt to degenerate Arua city into a city of electoral violence. We shall not entertain you being dragged as public, as supporters of various candidates, into electoral malpractice, vote bribery, causing chaos in electoral areas. That one we shall not entertain. Like we witnessed during the structural elections of the NRM, where we experienced elements of hooliganism in Ezova cell, in Osu cell, in Omborokofu, in prison cells, and in many other cells we experienced in around Ombachi, that is Aivo West. So we want to appeal to the general public there that this election is an internal exercise of the party. It is not a general election. And so don't invite yourself to go in an internal arrangement of NRM if you are not a registered member of the party. Don't invite yourself looking for problems if you are not a member. Because we experienced it during the structural elections. Those who are not registered members were forcing themselves to become registered members on that day of the voting. That is hooliganism. And this time around, security is more prepared than before to deal with such elements of hooliganism. So we want to appeal, even if you are a registered member of the party, kindly confine yourself within the law of Uganda. Respect the party regulations. If the party regulations is saying, if you have fallen in a line behind a particular candidate, for example, if Komakech is a candidate for Arua Central Division, you have gone into the line behind Komakech. Don't again leave the line behind Komakech and go and join the line of Anguzo Vincent. That is electoral malpractice. That one is not allowed. There is no chaos allowed at the cell, or you can call it village level. Conduct yourself peacefully. Don't disadvantage your candidate, because doing a malpractice at a cell level disadvantages your candidate chances of winning. Because the party will take a bold step in disqualifying your candidate even when he or she has won the election. So that is my message for the people of Arua. My message for the people who are participating in providing guidance, supervising the elections: let us maintain our neutrality. If you are chairman NRM of the cell, maintain your neutrality. Especially if you are the registrar, maintain your neutrality. You are an election official, you are not an agent of a candidate. Just this morning I received a complaint. There's a teacher from Arua Prisons Primary School who is a registrar of the party. in Orubo ward. I have called him, I have warned him, he should not appear anywhere in Orubo ward. I would expect him to be in class today, I will expect him to be in class tomorrow, and I am going to monitor. Should he risk, and this one applies to all the civil servants who are participating in party elections, to desist. You can only become an election official during the national election conducted by the National Electoral Commission of Simon Biabakama, not the one of Tanga Odoi. That one you will be faulting the electoral laws. The law of Uganda does not allow somebody who is a civil servant to participate in partisan politics. We don't want the NRM government to have a bad name. So Mr. Pio Emmanuel, desist from participating in an internal party election affairs if you still love your job as a civil servant. And this applies to all the civil servants, like I have already emphasized, across board. Please desist from participating in partisan affairs. You are not a political appointee. Lastly, we shall not hesitate to arrest any politician who is mobilizing violence, who is mobilizing hooliganism. Already we are picking signals in Arua Central. Goons are being mobilized to disrupt election from onset tomorrow. We are watching you. Our cells are not full. I have also given instructions. Once we have been arrested for causing political violence, we will not confine you in cells within Arua. We shall take you either to Pakwach or Adjumani. And we have experienced recently street gangs we have arrested because they enjoy a lot of support socially here. They are visited in cells, they are visited in prisons. We have devised means. We have prepared enough fuel and transport to take you in locations of our convenience for as long as it is a gazetted place for confining criminals and suspects. We will do it in order to make our city a peaceful city for the country, for the region, and for the continent.
Worse that you are taking sides in politics, especially in Arua Central Division. We have seen a lot of write-ups about you. We don't know if they are coming from your office, that you particularly side with the incumbent candidate. That has come from the opponent side. And two, that you provide security to other candidates, not all candidates. Can we hear the clarification from you? And maybe lastly, the deployment of police in Aivu East during the violence was a little late. How swift are you going to be when violence erupts?
Those are very good questions. The questions of my office taking sides, I can say that is an allegation that is being dug deep, the abandoned pit. They are looking for an empty graveyard where they can find pieces of skeleton. I have been extremely categorically very clear in almost all of my interactions with the public of Arua. But above all, I interact with my conscience as Kumakech Salim. that I am quite, I think, at the risk of sounding arrogant or proud, I think I'm really much better than all of these candidates, much better, to reduce myself to become an agent of one or even two of them. Much better. Ideologically, in all facets. So I find it an abuse to really link me to one or two candidates that I am supporting. But to nip it all in the bud, for you to take an appreciation from, all these candidates, including the ones I am being tagged to, didn't wish me well in Arua. In fact, many of them don't view me in good faith. They view me with a high level of suspicion. Which side is this communicate? And for me, I take pride if all of them, by the time elections are being conducted, have accused me for not supporting them. You remember when the Secretary General of the party came here? Was it in March? I think it was in March. I was accused for fighting one of them. And I think that spirit of accusation on that side has persisted. So which miracle reinvent a relationship that I must support somebody who has persistently accused me? I have maintained my decorum, I have maintained my neutrality. This is a sub-region to which I belong, perpetually, permanently. I want to have a good name with my clans, I want to have a good name with my community. I have always told you I come from the best geographically found sub-county in West Nile. I don't want to spoil the name of Erusi sub-county by just mudslinging myself that I am supporting a particular candidate. Consider that as an attempt in futility, in a view to generate public sympathy, and if any, to get one or few votes to those groups of people trying to link my name and the office to a particular candidate, which is very unfortunate. I have not taken it in bad faith. It is a political gimmick to generate support. Whether these groups of people who have accused me from the beginning of the year, whether they win, I will not disadvantage them simply because they have innocently accused me. Their votes will be intact. In any case, I don't even own one vote in Arua City. If I wanted to influence votes, I would do it in my home sub-county, where I have a name, where I have an interest, perpetually, originally, and permanently. But I have not even taken a side there. What interest would I take it here? And I have a future and an image to protect. The office, I am leading 8 other officers. I have extensively put this out to the participants in politics. If one of my deputies is involved in woodwinking the minds of the people against a particular candidate for another, let a formal complaint be lodged with verifiable pieces of evidence. I will forward this to my supervisor and to my appointing authority. I am still waiting for that to come. But I have also been conducting routinely office exercise in shaping our interest that we need to be viewed by the public there as a neutral office. In any case, His Excellency the President has always been sending cautionary statements to all of us who work for him and who represent government in various institutions of government, that for an internal exercise we need to exercise neutrality. And I can say this before Allah, before God, I have done my utmost best. If you are forcing me to be sided, then that is your own will. But you don't have the strength in managing my weight to be one-sided. You will not achieve in that invitation. Deployment of personnel to specific candidates and not all. This one is done on need assessment. And some of these deployments have been prior to the electioneering period. But I also want to speak very categorically clear that these officers who have been deployed to candidates have not messed up anywhere. Even in the face of extreme provocation against their principles, they have not messed up. They have also not joined their principles in a campaign that vote for my principle. They have not done it. If any did so, bring a piece of evidence. But if the others equally feel that their life is in danger, they can request for security. Ugandan government is so beautiful that it takes security of personal individual very seriously. And it has not faltered in that. In some countries in Africa, very populous countries, security of person is at individual risk, not in Uganda. Well, the government can also reiterate that take personal precaution, but it goes ahead to provide general security and specific security for all. On the question of low turnout of voters during the elections of special interest groups, probably because special interest group is not a general election conglomeration. It is special interest group, and there are not many. For example, if you call for elections of elderly leagues or elders council, the elders are few. If you call for elections of PWD, there are few. So you will not expect the entire adult suffrage to appear in an election or special interest group, and that's why they are called special. The youth, they are few. Even in this room here, those who qualify to be youth are probably few, because the Constitution of Uganda provides for a youth to be somebody between the age of 18 and 30. But even to participate in an election of youth, you must be between the age of 18 and 29 plus, not 30 plus. So they are equally becoming few in that. Ferrying voters from one venue to another. That one, as far as I am concerned, and as far as you should be concerned, you have had the chairman electoral commission of the party is saying that is an illegal engagement. Once you have been voted from Ezova cell, Ozua cell, for example, you should remain there, wait for the declaration of the results, which will be announced publicly, that Angola has got 1 vote, Kumaketi has got 300 votes. Our supporters will clap. So it is illegal for agent or candidates to carry 400 supporters of Anguzo to one venue to add on another vote for Anguzo. That one is an illegality. And we advise that if you are found practicing an illegality, that becomes a security issue. Security will pick interest in your conduct. And please avoid being arrested by security operatives, because your candidate will not help you tomorrow. We have already seen it in Naivu East. Those who were chopped, the ones they are chopping you for, they did not save you. For them, they have safe haven. They are the first to take off. So protect yourself. It is you and your family that will bear the brunt of the blunt object being meted on you. Students who qualify to vote in an internal exercise of the party, once they qualify and they avail themselves at a polling station, they should be allowed to vote. They should be allowed to line behind their preferred candidates. Because if they found themselves in the yellow register, they are NRA members and they should not be gagged from voting. I thank you for asking me good questions. I hope I have satisfied your curiosity.
The deployment where violence erupts, this was manifested in Naivu East.
We request that members of the public cooperate with the police and security agencies. That police will not deploy in each and every home, but we will call for maximum cooperation from members of the public to fight crime, to fight violence, to fight political hooliganism. In order for us to react very fast, public must identify potential source of conflict before they erupt into conflict and inform us in advance, so that we can react, we can act, and we can deploy on time before violence actually take place.